Next, we're going to make Raichu's ears. So I've already made one and I'm going to show you how to make the other. So you need to take your yellow yarn and make a magic ring with 6 single crochets. And instead of going into this stitch over here to start our next round, we're actually going to chain 1 and turn. So we're going to work in rows instead of in the round. So now we're going to do an increase row, and we're going to increase from 6 stitches to 12 stitches by increasing in every stitch. So in this first stitch, we single crochet 1 and increase for 2, 3, and increase for 4, 5, and increase for 6, 7, and increase for 8, 9, and increase for 10, 11, and increase for 12. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. Next, we're going to increase from 12 stitches to 18 stitches by increasing on every multiple of 3. So in the first stitch, single crochet 1, in the next stitch is 2, and in the same stitch, increase for 3. 4, 5, and in the same stitch, increase for 6, 7, 8, and in the same stitch, increase for 9, 10, 11, and in the same stitch, increase for 12, 13, 14, and in the same stitch, increase for 15, 16, 17, and in the same stitch, increase for 18. Next, we're going to chain 10 to begin the ear curl. So we chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to turn and crochet 9 back down this chain. So in this first chain, we single crochet 1, in the next chain is 2, 3, 4, 5, and right now we need to start incorporating our brown yarn because we're about to change to brown. So I'm going to put that between my hook and my working yarn. So it's 5, this is 6, 7, 8, and then for 9 we're going to change to brown, so we're going to pull through with yellow and then yarn over and pull through with brown to change to brown. So we've just changed to brown, and now we're at the end of our chain and ready to go back onto the main ear. So as we move on to this main ear, we're going to do another increase round, and we're going to increase from 18 stitches to 24 stitches by increasing on every multiple of 4. So in this first stitch on the ear, we single crochet 1, 2, 3, and in the same stitch, increase for 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the same stitch increase for 8, 21, 22, 23, and in the same stitch we increase for 24. Now we're going to do some single crochets along this edge right here leading towards the center. So in order to turn the corner, we need to do one more single crochet where we just did our increase stitch. So we're going to go into that same stitch and single crochet for a third time to help us turn the corner, and then we're going to increase in each of these two stitches, or each of these two gaps. So you've got the gaps between rows. We're going to do 2 stitches in each of those. So we go into this first gap and single crochet for 1, and then back in for 2. It gets a little fiddly at this point. Let me just try and get all these. Okay, so for 2, then go into this next gap right here for 3 and 4. And then we're going to slip stitch into the middle to finish off. So slip stitch and chain 1 into the middle to finish off. So let me chain 1. And then if you're noticing that you can see kind of some yellow stitches on the other side, you can take your remaining brown yarn and thread it through your needle and then sew it under the stitches to kind of hide those yellow gaps under these stitches. Just on the side where you have yellow gaps. You should only have yellow gaps on one side, not both sides. So like this side, there's not really any yellow gaps, but this side, there's like a couple. And then by doing this, you can make, use the same pattern for both ears and have them look good on both sides. So just go under the brown stitches, but over your yellow stitches. And kind of hide those yellow gaps. And now you have your ears all done, and you can use this other yarn tail to sew them on. So now I've got 2 ears for Raichu. Next we're going to make Pikachu's ears, and you'll need your black yarn to start. So we are going to make a magic ring with 6 single crochets. Next we're going to do an increase round, and we're going to increase from 6 stitches to 9 stitches by increasing on every multiple of 3. So in this first stitch we single crochet 1, and the next stitch is 2, and in the same stitch increase for 3, 4, 5, and in the same stitch increase for 6, 7, 8, and in the same stitch increase for 9. Now we're going to do 2 rounds where we single crochet 1 in every stitch. So that's 2 rounds of 9 stitches or 18 stitches. And I'll meet you back here just before that's all done. Just before the end of our second round, we're going to change to yellow. So I'll meet you back here when it's time to do that. 14. Okay, so I am ready to start incorporating my yellow yarn. So I've got 14 stitches done, and next is 15, 16, 17, and for 18 we're going to pull through with black and then yarn over and pull through with yellow. Next we're going to do an increase round, and we're going to increase from 9 stitches to 12 stitches by increasing on every multiple of 4. So in this first stitch we single crochet 1, 2, 3, and in the same stitch increase for 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the same stitch increase for 8, 9, 10, 11, and in the same stitch increase for 12. All right, next we're going to do 2 rows where we just single crochet 1 in every stitch. So single crochet 24, and I'll meet you back here when that's all done. 1, 2, and 24. All right, so I'm at the end of my 2 rounds. Next we're going to do an increase round, and we're going to increase from 12 stitches to 15 stitches by increasing on every multiple of 5. So in this first stitch we single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the same stitch increase for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in the same stitch increase for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and in the same stitch increase for 15. Next we're going to do another 2 rounds where we just single crochet 1 in every stitch. So single crochet 30. 1, 2, and 30. All right, so that's it. That's all for the ear. So you can slip stitch and chain 1 to finish off. And then you can take some toy stuffing or yarn scraps or whatever you have and stuff the ear. And that's our ears all done.